Hello. I'm sorry,
Hello.
we're live. Dude. We are live.
Oh, okay. All
Hello.
right. I was like, do you have the echo button or is that me? So,
I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and do the thing.
Here comes Cryptoholics. We got Bigfoot in the woods. We got aliens in the sky. We got ghosts in the attics. Here comes Cryptoholics.
Even the dog. Fighting too below. Oh shit, man! Oh my god!
did you edit that?
No, I'm thinking about redoing the music to it though.
Okay.
What do you think? What do you think? Why was
Yeah.
it
I
long? It
mean,
was
no,
longer, right?
it seemed a little longer and the angle seemed different. So I thought maybe you did some
Huh.
work to it. So, I don't know. Maybe
Maybe my
I'm just
Adidas.
usually
Maybe my
laughing.
Adidas did it.
It had to be the Adidas. Those dang Adidas, man. They're always doing something. Jeez. What have you been up
Oh
to?
my god. Just working, man, and looking forward to talking to our guests because we just came off a Honubby with our what we spoke about with our was it 20? Wait, how many was it? 57. 57 slides talking about tracks. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's like we get right back and boom, Shane Lee's like finding some tracks, and I'm just like, I want to see them.
Yeah, I know. I saw the
You know?
video and I was just like waiting and waiting and waiting. So I didn't want to like blow him up because I figured everybody else was. So I thought,
Yeah.
Then I know me and you
But
talked about. I was like, yeah, we gotta get this dude on. So
yes. And this kind of sucks because I've always wanted to meet Shane like out in the field, but I just never crossed a good time. I've been out to Sam Houston. He's all over that place, all over the big thicket and everything. So, but you want to bring Shane on, dude? Bring Shane on.
let's do it.
What is up, Shane?
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Good, man.
Good, buddy. How
We're
are you?
doing good.
Pretty good, pretty good. Yeah, I heard you talking about we're supposed to meet out in the woods, but our paths just haven't crossed.
Yeah.
So,
One
That's for
day.
sure. I know.
one of these days.
Day.
Yeah.
So you've been spending a lot of time out there and around Sam Houston and that whole area. And I don't know if you guys have been on Taps, which is Shane's group page, but he's actually got a pretty good collection of audio that I've always been a fan of. Like, because I've been out there a few times, and man, you catch way better stuff than what I've ever heard. So
a lot of hours involved in that, as you know.
yeah. Takes a village to go through that audio.
Yeah, there's been times where I've had 7 recorders out running for 6 days straight, and unfortunately, that particular recorder,
Whoa,
I have one left, and they're hard to find now.
yeah. So you found some tracks. What were you doing, man? What were you doing that day?
Yeah, that was October 8th, Sunday this month. And it was actually at my daughter's house. We were having a birthday party for a grandson. And I had a few hours, well, not even a few hours. By the time I get out there, I only had like a couple of hours. But I just really wanted to get out to the no hunting zone and the big thicket in this particular area because one of my favorite areas. I probably found more evidence out there and heard more crazy things out there than anywhere else. That's not counting hearing things on recorders. It's just not the same when you hear it in person,
Mm-hmm.
So I've taken people out there before and they've gone off, and one of them was kind of a skeptic. One went off just right by us. They go, woo. I was ready to go with thermal. Let's go find this bad boy. It was like 11 p.m. at night, and he had bought a thermal for it because he was kind of excited. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm not going." It's like, I'm not going by myself because that breaks the golden rule. So,
Yeah,
But yeah, it's
don't become part of this whole.
I know, right? You're gonna be a witness to my story, but yeah, just went out there for a couple hours and actually parked by a bridge because I could drive down this other road, but the other side of this pipeline is hunting area. Excuse me. I didn't want to disturb any hunters with my vehicle or anything because, I understand it. And I know it sucks to get disturbed when you're trying to hunt and be quiet. So I just decided this spot to go directly into a no hunting zone and nobody around. And it was a great walk. I stayed along the creek because I wanted to search the banks for prints. Wasn't finding anything until I came to a live tree that had been snapped about 6 feet up. I checked it for any kind of rotting, decay, insects, nothing. Deadfall around it, no deadfall around it. So that's the kind of stuff I like to find. Things that there's no reason for other than something marking something. Because I find trees all the time that are down, but if you look on the opposite side of the break, they're usually decayed down low, decayed at the break. Or if you knock on it, it's a big enough tree, knock on it, sounds hollow, it's been eaten up by insects. So the slightest breeze can make that thing go over, So I like the solid wood, live trees that break, no other trees around that break, no storms recently there. So that's the kind of stuff I like to find. So that's exciting. But I continued walking up there, and on the way back, just kind of went up on a ridge and headed back slowly and got back to the truck. And I got to check into this bridge because I've checked under it several times because I know that at some point they got to be coming through there. It's a perfect area to cross the road and not be seen,
Mm-hmm.
And so I went down there, and when you get down there, you've got to walk. Like the bridge is here, you've got to walk. This is weird on camera because it's reverse, but you got to walk quite a ways through some dirt, some sand, all the way over to the creek. And when I got down there, I could see from a distance in the sandy area that there's like prints that look like 3 sets. And I'm thinking, the animal's been down here, And as I'm walking towards it, getting closer, now in the sand, you really can't make them out because they're basically just divots in the sand when they walk in that kind of sand, loose sand.
Mm-hmm.
But there was one spot where the sand was kind of flat on the ground, dirt. And there was a print there, juvenile print. And I was just like, okay, hold on a second,
Yeah.
So at that point, I'm like, all right, I'm going to walk this, but I'm going to walk on the right side. I'm staying out of that. And I'm walking, I'm making sure, do I see 3 trackways? Yes, I do. Okay, and one of them looks a lot smaller than the others. And so I follow it all the way down to the creek. Now, when you get to that creek, it drops down like this.
Mm-hmm.
And then levels out a little bit more, and that's all mud down there. And then this ridge right here is all just hard pack and a little bit of sand, and then once you get up on top of it, it's more sand. And I got there, and I saw one print that had come up around that little ridge. Cheated, he didn't want to climb it, I guess, or she. But never know. I gotta be politically correct these days, right? But I saw some. Looked like grab mark in the sand with the hand, and it caught about 4 fingers in there, which I did end up casting, but it just didn't turn out. That sand was just too loose. But I could see the prints looking over the ridge, so I found a way down there without disturbing anything else. And it's slippery. It's slippery as hell. So I'm trying not to slide into these prints because that's going to be the worst day ever when I destroy all the prints I see by falling on my ass, Yeah, the one that stuck out the most though was the one. It was 2 of them that slid in the mud, and I've got the cast behind me if you want to see that, so I can describe what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
There was a lot of debris in this one too, so I just wasn't gonna move it because I felt like all that dry stuff could just collapse at any moment.
Yeah.
But these are our toes here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can tell that if I show you this way, see how deep that ball went, like it slid down in that mud. What is that, about 1, 2, almost 3 inches there, but it slid down. So the back of the heel didn't go down much because it just slid. And there wasn't another print after that, but there was a mark up on that ridge of fingers. So I don't know if he just took a leap, made it look easy, put us to shame. But because I would have expected to see a little break right here. But with all this mud that got pushed down here, I'm not going to see that. But the most interesting thing was this. It looks like a 6th toe kind of sticking out to the side there. And I had gone back and looked at the pictures I took of it in the video because I didn't initially notice it. But when I went back and I knew what I was looking for, I was like, oh, wow, yeah, there it is in the print, in the mud,
Nice.
So that's the most interesting thing to me on this one. So, but the slide marks are just, that's awesome to catch that.
That is awesome.
Yeah. So even though this looks huge, come back over here. It is not really that big of a print because you're only going really from here to here because of the toe slide. So it just makes it look bigger.
It's outstanding.
What do you think that is on length, Shane?
I had measured it. Oh, actually, I wrote it down. That was 9.5 by 3 3/4. So of course I marked everything on this: where, when, moon, all that good stuff. So,
Oh yeah, I'm sure Tim got a hold of you about the moon.
Yeah. 9.5 by 3 3/4 wide. But this one was my favorite. This one was in the mud, a little further off from the bigger one. And like I said, none of these are very big. 9.5 is the biggest. So these weren't adults. I'm sure Big Daddy was around because everything I've experienced out there, I've been growled at by the Big Daddy out there. And I know he's a big one. And one of the big prints I found out there was from him. And those wooden vines that come down from the trees?
Mm-hmm.
You ever try breaking those?
Yeah.
It ain't happening.
Yeah, it's not happening. Unless
you get a dead one, then you can probably break it. But those live ones, you're not going to break it. You can cut it in half with a saw, but you're not going to break it. But that's how I found that bigger print, was following some of those snapped vines. They were just snapped off about 6 foot up, like something just took it and just cracked. And I'm thinking, man, something that's going to do that, it's got to be big. And then we walked right up to that big old print out there. But this print is my favorite. Let me get in. Everything's backwards on this, so I'm trying to get.
Yeah. You're good.
You get a closer look at the toes.
Oh yeah. Oh, I like that.
There's some fat ones, and of course, you switch to my right hand. Show you the depth of the toes a little bit. And look at this big dermal, the ridge, and look at that break.
Mm-hmm.
All flat right there. I mean, that's almost textbook Sasquatch. I actually wouldn't expect to see one like this perfect with this dermal ridge in such a young Sasquatch. But so I figure they're gonna more develop that later. But I'm no foot expert,
Right.
But I think some of them are gonna have a little bit of the curve to the foot, like we do in humans, and that's just gonna go away as they move more. But that's perfect for his floppy foot, helping them get around.
That's looking very reminiscent of what Darren cast on the Lone Star Trail.
Yeah.
Seriously, that's pretty. Like if you catch the profile of this, it's kind of hard to tell because it was. Yeah. This is a little guy, but like your big toe and everything on there, and then of course this anatomy here.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like the textbook mid-tarsal stuff that was going on early on, right? I mean,
right. What was the measurement on that one?
What is it, Darren? I gotta get this. Let's see. I'm gonna say about 6 inches.
Oh, well, that was a really small one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was 8 3/4. So.
Do what, Brian?
Shane, were you able to get like a sequence of steps where you could get like a stride measurement or anything?
Oh, yeah. I didn't get it. I didn't get a good measurement of stride for one coming out of the creek because it was basically 2 steps and up on 2 of them.
Okay. Got
The juvenile one, he looked like he took quite a few, just kind of back and forth right there, you know, and he smashed his own prints and a lot of things, but there was like 2 of them that was decent. And one of them really good, and that's where that one came from. And then up in the sand, they did a lot of crisscrossing, and it really messed up any kind of getting measurements, sand getting kicked, and it's just, plus there are other animals that had come down there.
Mhm.
So I'm having to distinguish between that and them. And it was just, yeah. But I was so excited about the ones in the mud that that took most of my attention.
And you know how difficult it was too, because you walked down there yourself.
Oh yeah, yeah. I had to walk on the right side of the sandy area through the kind of the thick. It's thick brush, but it's beat down along the side, and it's a hard pack. Because walking through that sand is a pain in the butt, and then once you get down to that mud, it's just slippery as hell. Yeah, I went across the creek. You know, you can pretty much see in the bottom 'cause it's really shallow. And I looked for any kind of prints in the creek. I'm not finding any. Of course, I mean, even in the last rain, those would have washed away easily. And luckily, the prints were all safe because the bridge over it. It would have had to have really flooded to destroy those prints. But I went to the other side of the creek and walked that, and excuse me, I didn't find any evidence of any prints on that. So my assumption was they walked up the creek a little bit because it's real shallow in through there, and then came up. But unfortunately, I didn't have time to go searching each side of the creek real well.
Yeah.
But we're heading out there here at the end of the week, so I guarantee I'll be searching it really good.
Nice.
Because it hasn't rained out there yet.
That's what I was going to do.
Awesome. You don't know what you're gonna find, you know. You just,
No,
you don't know.
I look forward to getting out there. And so I've found structures, and I mean just the shady, just actually I'd call them horrible structures, but like a quick stay. Let me stay at a Motel 3 for the night. But
Yeah.
and they're just sticks that are just trees, and they're just snapped at the bottom. And I can't snap them. Nobody can snap these damn things. But you just snap them. And they lay them over these bushes, kind of like a tic-tac-toe thing. And there was 3 all spots where it was all smashed down where they laid in there. And the vocal I was telling you about earlier when I took the skeptic out, that came from that hill, little hill. And so the next day, me and Candace, my ex-wife, had walked up there, and we followed little snaps on little trees up the hill and walked right to it.
I'll be damned.
So I imagine that's where it came from.
That's good information.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff out there. So.
Yeah.
And it can be creepy as well. But.
Man, so you probably don't go out there by yourself, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I've camped out there. I mean, if I added up the total time by myself out there, probably close to 2 months, if not more.
Oh, wow.
Because when I first started this and getting, you know, I wasn't really into collecting evidence. I didn't have any recorders or anything. But and the funny thing is, I had a phone, and when we had a super active night, me and my ex-wife, and it was just crazy all around us. Neither one of us even thought about pulling our phones out and recording anything. Now, I always hear about that, you know, and when I was listening to podcasts before I really got searching, and I'm always thinking, how are you not going to pull out your cell phone and record this? You know, there I was talking shit about all these people. And then it happens to me, and I'm like, I understand now. Because you're so in awe, your brain is just in a fog of like, what the hell, you know? And I was just overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I look forward to going back out there to the end of the week.
Oh, Darren.
Yeah,
And didn't Darren
how long have you been researching that area?
I guess off and on for about 5 years. Last year I didn't get to go out there much at all.
Okay.
This year I plan on spending a lot more time out there. The area in a big Sandy is great. Lance Rosier unit is great. And then if you're into Sasquatch and Ghost, You'll want to go to Canyonlands if you can find a way in. For some reason, it's not very public. So you have to go to the ranger station and ask them for exact, to the T instructions on how to find a little entrance into there. That's where our lab chased a full body apparition into the swamp out there. And so that place is crazy. And the whole time we went down there, we were doing a little fishing, and just something was just going back and forth behind us. We would try to go look, and so thick we couldn't see anything. But that creeped us out for a while. I finally decided to leave, and we found maybe it's a witchcraft symbol. I don't know, but it's carved into the dirt. It's deep. Nothing's growing around it. And it was about this big. And I didn't take a picture of it. I didn't want to have anything to do with it. When I saw that, my mind was blown, and I was like, we got to go, man. I'm not, no. No. That's not what I'm here for.
Yeah, no.
That might be a place I want to go to. So.
Yeah, that's got Brian's name written all over it. Oh,
yeah, the ghosts and all that.
Yeah,
I love that. But the witchcraft and the symbols and all that, or I don't know if it's demonic. I don't know. I don't want to bring that home with me. So.
Hell no. Yeah. Oh my God. So Shane, have you noticed anything in? I know you only had the cast for a little bit. Have you noticed any like rocks or sticks or anything like that poking into the foot itself? Like see right the second toe.
Oh yeah. Look like it's got a
little twig or something it stepped on.
Yeah. Almost looks like a scar.
It does kind of look like a scar, doesn't it?
I can't tell if it's going in or out on that. Is it like a crease?
Oh, I'll show you. Hey, check it out. Check it out, Shane. So if you the crease you think that's coming out of the toe, that's actually, you can see it. If you have to see it in person, maybe it's a stem.
Huh, okay.
Oh yeah.
So it stepped on the stem, and that went right into the toe.
Yeah.
So that's tissue for sure, right? I mean.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were a couple of shells on this casting that I cleaning it and they popped out, but I didn't even think about it. As a matter of fact.
What, Brian?
I said that's definitely not plywood or Adidas.
Yeah, or Adidas.
Yeah, you see, this one looks like something stuck in, but doesn't have a real good toe definition. Let me go back over here. Let me hold it with my right.
Okay, yeah.
You see toes a little bit there.
Check that out.
Oh, look at this, right?
That is awesome.
There is a deep divot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it could be something that left the scar on him. Also, could be something that pressed in from the mud, but But when I pulled it out, that was like that, and I found that interesting. And then look at this. I don't know what this is down here. So.
Huh. Could have stepped on a rock or something hard in the. Water always wins and always covers up like rocks and sticks and stuff.
Yeah, and these are the casts that. Well, I didn't have enough casting material, so I added more water and went with sand. Mixed sand into the casting material, made a lot more. And I'll tell you what, it's hard as a rock. So if anybody ever gets in a tight situation, the sand works. So if you have some around.
That's interesting.
If you can find some fine dirt, that might work too.
I got a tip from a
Are
fella.
you using just plaster or?
Caster from Hobby Lobby. Just that good old white powder.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, but I was learning.
Sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
He likes to bark.
At a conference a couple of weeks ago, I talked to a guy, and he works in a dental office, and he makes dentures. Okay, so he uses dental stone quite a bit.
Hey.
And he was telling me, no matter what you're using. Like you're using what you get from Michael's or is that where you get it from? Right?
Hobby Lobby.
Hobby Lobby. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. So if you have some that's already hardened,
Uh-huh.
like say a piece breaks off, he told me to break all that up real fine.
Really?
And then the next time you're mixing your new stuff, you can put that in there. And he says it'll heat it up and get it going super fast. I forgot what he called it. I put it in my notes. It's a
Really?
weird name. Yeah, he called it
Slurry.
sloozy or slurry.
Slurry.
That's what he called it.
Slurry.
Thank you, Brian. Somebody was paying attention to that.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
I went.
I
mean,
thought that was really cool.
All the dry caster I've thrown away.
I know, right?
I could have had enough to cast a couple of prints.
I'm gonna make some slurry.
Yeah, I
Oh,
will forever remember that. So
Yeah. A casting practice.
oh, Darren Smith. Okay, is that the one he found out there at Kelly's Pond on the Lone Star?
Yes.
Okay, I remember seeing the pictures.
Oh, Darren.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a they found a trackway, didn't they?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I liked it too because it's right where the trackway was. You could see like a deer had walked that same. It's like
Oh, yeah.
that's the path or
That's the
whatever.
path they like to take.
I guess. Pretty
Man,
good
I'd be
stuff.
searching that pathway more.
Man, I think you're in a pretty good spot. You had a visual? Have you seen?
At night, and that was at the big thicket. So coming around a corner, I had my ex-wife with me and that skeptic I was telling you about. And he was using his thermal out the right side, passenger side, and then my ex was using mine, if I remember right, or maybe vice versa. I don't remember. But coming around a curve like this, and it's real thick on the left, a little bit more open on the right. That's why they're thermaling that way. But on the left, it kind of goes up the bankment a little bit. And there was the first thing I saw, and it was before my lights had come around, but I'm just looking, scanning as you do when you drive, because when you're Sasquatchers, you're always scanning when you're driving, can't help it. But I saw two red eyes just glowing, and they were up there. And then you can see the silhouette as I'm coming around the corner. You can start to see the silhouette. And I remember hitting my buddy, thermal over here. By the time I turned right back around, it was gone. But you could hear it. I just parked and you could hear it. Trying to be real quiet,
Yeah.
And, I wasn't going to go in after.
No.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
Yeah. Other than that, we just
Yeah.
caught them. We caught them on thermal, out at the place y'all know, Monkey Pond, and then out in Burkeville, Texas, kind of real close to the river there on the Louisiana border. And tell you what, that's a crazy place.
Yeah, I thought Monkey Pond was pretty cool and mysterious.
Mm-hmm.
And Darren Smith was out there with me. And we're like, man, this place is awesome. And then these two dudes come walking out of the woods, like I think they were either barefooted or wearing sandals, and they were marking stuff for a run that they were going to have through there or something. And I was like, where do these guys come from?
You should recommend they do the run at night.
I know, right?
It'll only be a lot more
Running
exciting.
faster.
Yeah.
I'd like to camp out there though.
Yeah, we camped out there, and you could hear vocals that are kind of way off. But when we walked up the trail, the road that goes to the pond,
Mhm.
a couple of us walked. Me and Robert Mikulek walked up that way, and then a couple of the other guys took off the other direction. I think with Stephen Kitchens and Roy, and it was fairly quiet at that point. But once we got about halfway up that road, we started hearing vocals. They weren't real close, but you could hear them, and they were obvious. And I caught a thermal hit. Just looked like I haven't put it on YouTube or anything yet because my thermal has I don't know what you want to call it. It's a seeker. It's like a plus sign, like a target seeker. and it just bounces everywhere when you're looking through the monocular. It will detect the heat, go to it, so you don't miss it. And when I saw this and was looking at it, that detector was just kind of going all over it. And I should have turned it off immediately, that detector, because it just like blinded out the whole image almost. But you can see his hand is up on a tree. You can see the hand, and then you'll see his shoulder, head, a little bit of this shoulder, and his right foot sticking out the bottom. And you'll see him back away, come back a little bit, and then he backs away and just leaves. I haven't put it out there yet. So,
Wow. No, I can't wait for that.
yeah,
You're right.
but the one Robert caught was the best. You saw that one that I put out on the groups.
Oh yeah, that one was good. Yes.
Yeah. I wish he had the video for that, but his thermal didn't record video. I think he has since upgraded. So I think it's
things are
important.
expensive.
Yeah, but if you're gonna buy one, get one that records video. It's so worth it.
Really want one of those scopes, and just put it on a stock. I don't even, not even on a rifle, just on the stock itself.
Yeah.
And record, because I know that some of those record too.
Mhm.
Man, just really zoom in and just like
You
you're fixing
know,
to shoot them, but you're not.
they make one like that. It's what do you call it? Scope, and it plugs into a screen, and it does I think that one is UV, some kind of night vision, just like a generic night vision, but. And I think they have them where it's a thermal scope also plugged into a little screen, and you can carry this little thing and you can look through the scope, and you can see far off distances. Really zoomed in. Yeah. But it was a little too much money for my blood, so I had to stick with it.
I think I think AT&T or something like that makes one of those that will record. So
yeah, once you get into all the toys for Sasquatch, and that's when you got to break out the checkbook, man. It gets expensive.
I know it, man. I had one of them one of those cameras that'll shoot the pics right to you as soon as they're taking them.
So like game cameras.
Yeah.
And
it was great, man. But it lasted 2 years. I'll give it that.
Mm-hmm.
But it had the corrosion in the batteries, and that got all messed up. So
okay.
It's kind of like, damn it. But they did great. We got tons of pictures, just not what we were looking for.
Right. Yeah, our buddy Vincent Ilario had some of those. I think he put out 2 of them, and it was a few years ago. But I was really impressed because I was like, no, they're gonna glitch. They're gonna glitch. They're not gonna work. But no, they worked. Yeah, they worked great. We didn't catch what we wanted to catch either.
Right.
But it was still really cool to be able to see right there at the moment.
I know, because my phone would be like in the morning. I'd be like, what? Let me see what's going on. Let me wake up at 3 o'clock to see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll get another one. Hey, and $5 a month, can't beat it.
Where do you live, Brian?
I'm just right outside Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma
West
City?
side of it.
Okay.
Yep.
You got some good spots in Oklahoma?
I got a lot of good spots in Oklahoma. Yep.
Yeah.
That's where I'm
mostly at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shane comes up here.
I live south of Fort Worth, and Red River's not too far. So
yeah, I'd like to go up there and do some searching around. But just haven't been able to with the gas prices so high. I got to kind of stay local. But
well, you live pretty close to the thicket.
Yeah, the Sam, 2 hours. Yeah, about 2 hours away, and then the big thicket, depending on where I'm going out there, 3 hours. But the thing is, it's on my way to my daughter's house. She lives in Jackson, Southeast Texas, so I go right through there anyway. So if I want to stop and camp or whatever, and do that, or do it on the way back, or
piece of cake.
Take advantage of any opportunity I can get.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
So if I ever come to Oklahoma, I'm going to holler at you, Brian. I would definitely like to go do some searching
Yeah,
up there.
I wish you would. Yeah, we could take you to Squatch Creek and check that out, or take you over toward north of Broken Bow, southeast
Yeah.
Oklahoma. A lot of good stuff over that way. So
Man,
Man,
yeah,
there's
we've been talking about doing a big open invite, and I kicked the idea around for a while, and we need to nail that down.
I'll be there. Stop.
all right.
Oh, I got deer running around, and he hears them, freaks out. But you think after 8 years he wouldn't freak out anymore? But
Nah, man, that's his house, man.
yeah,
Can't be walking around my house like that out there.
right. But yeah, when you do that, definitely let me know. I'll definitely be interested in that.
Awesome.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. It's been a while since we've done it, and we need to get back in that practice of it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm with you. Like I think it's been 3 years, I think, since we did a group thing in Taps. I was talking to Robert. We need to do one, make up for last year and the year before.
Yeah, if you guys do something out there, let me know.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Head that way.
It's always a good time, It's sometimes it gets a little crazy, but sometimes you get the gung ho people you've never met, and
Do you ever?
So,
Yeah.
you got to kind of lay down the
Do
ground.
you get to go to
rules.
any of the conferences anywhere?
I have not been to any conferences because I'm just not great with big crowds and stuff. Oops. And I'm actually not real good with like attention. But I know that to be in this, I've got to get over that because I really like to go to one, and even set a booth up. So I'm just gonna have to man up and get over my little fears I've had all my life. So,
Yeah, I can relate to that.
yeah, it'll happen.
well, once you start talking to like the folks that are locals or
Mhm.
came to the conference, and they start showing you pictures, and I mean, you're gonna see some stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty fascinating. Yeah. And
Yeah.
you just
That's
you
the
make
cool part when you're
connections.
there and you got a
Yeah.
boost set up.
hmm Yeah, that may have to make some plans to go to the next one. So
Yeah.
stop coming up with this excuse. Just get over it. Get out there, take a couple of shots of tequila.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah. Heck yeah.
You got Keith Crabtree's Falcon Monster Bash coming up. That's gonna be fun.
Where's that at?
That's in Alex Smith Park. So literally, when you get into Arkansas, you're almost there. Yeah,
Oh wow. Okay.
really close.
Yeah, and Arkansas is a great place too.
Oh man, this park, the water that's immediately there there's gators.
Oh
It's
really?
surrounded by Mercer Bayou. It's just rich with Bigfoot history. Period. It's
They
just-
do have gators in Arkansas.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Never would have figured.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They
That's
sure
pretty
do, man.
cool.
Yeah, we got
Okay,
them in
here's-
Oklahoma. So
You have them in Oklahoma too.
This is it right
yeah,
here.
yeah.
That goes for anybody. I mean,
Oh man, that is. I'll be out in the woods.
hey, I don't blame you, man.
Yeah, 22nd to the 29th.
So yeah, I mean,
It'll be a
out
fun
there,
little
not
trip.
too.
It's a kid-friendly event.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kid friendly, but you can always slip away and like go to Thornton's Well or something like that.
Yeah. Good place too, huh?
Oh man. Hell, Brian and I saw. I think it was this last April. We were out there in Thornton's Well. It had rained, so it was like ankle high water no matter where you walked.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, that's all connected to the swamp. And as you walk up close, we started seeing all this movement from hogs and rooting up, and that kind of looked like there was quite a few hogs there. And then you just saw this like explosion. It looked like they came out of the water through the mud, and then kind of went back into the water. And we're like,
What?
that was probably a gator, lightning thrashing
one
up
of
the
those little
bank to
piggies.
get it. Yeah, I got it.
Wow. Hey, y'all were walking through that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch from a distance. I don't play with gators.
Yeah, we're standing there looking down, taking pictures.
I was like,
Dang.
oh,
I'd be like, yeah, time to get out. Mhm.
yeah.
Y'all are crazy.
It's a cool spot if you ever get to go.
Yeah, I'd like to check it out, but I'm not getting in the water.
Oh no. Now usually that would have all been dry. It's just
Oh,
rain.
okay. Just because
It had
all the rain.
rained. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh hell no! There's no way I would have
Yeah.
walked across Mercer Bayou or even. No
So y'all
way.
probably just walked it thinking, oh, it's just flooded and there's not gonna be anything in here. Just looking for Sasquatch, So
Yeah, we're just it was different.
Yep.
Just walking through that kind of.
We actually
I
went
probably
back
would have done the
down
same.
for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds really cool. A lot of
Yeah,
places to check out. I'm surprised you have gators in Oklahoma. I didn't know that.
Oh man, you know where Lake Worth is? By chance?
Far
Lake Worth is
southeast.
North of Fort Worth.
Yeah. Full of gators.
What? Wow.
Yes.
I didn't know that the gators were even in Fort Worth.
Yeah. I bet you they're in Lake Conroe too somewhere, I bet.
God, dang. I think there's a whole new meaning to swimming anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't like things that I can't see come up in the water that can take me.
Man, gators are water ninjas, man. You forget
Yeah.
about it. They got you.
Anything I can see on land, I'm okay with. But
Yeah.
once I can't see it and they can still get me, no, I'm good.
You know we caught
Well, maybe we won't take you to Squatch Creek then.
yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go. I'm just not gonna get in the water, of course.
There's some weird
Or-
stuff going on out there.
There's weird stuff out there,
I'll
period.
stay
Yeah.
10, 15 feet away from the bank. If I had grown up around alligators, it'd probably be a lot different, but I did
Yeah.
not. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you something here in a second. Let me find it real quick. There it is. We're out there checking game cameras one day. And I remember seeing this, and I was like, "What the hell?"
is that a cougar?
Okay, that's what we first thought, man.
No.
It looks a little weird though. The face,
Yeah.
the head.
Yeah, Brian sent that to a game warden to let hey, what the hell is this? What are we looking at here? And he was like, that's an African lioness.
What?
Yeah.
Welcome to Oklahoma.
Yes.
God.
I know, dude. I mean,
That's not the answer I would have expected. Wow.
That thing's in hunt mode
That
too.
is a female African.
In Oklahoma.
In Oklahoma. Hey,
Sorry,
you know what,
Brian, I'm not
Yeah.
coming to see you, buddy.
Yeah, that's why I said we probably won't take you to Squatch Creek then, 'cause there's some weird stuff there. So
There's an alligator. Could be a lion.
Yeah.
yeah,
Who says that
there's a
during going
Bigfoot
squatching?
or-
Could be a
Yeah.
lion.
Could be a lion.
yeah.
Sometimes
Nonchalant.
I call that place out there
Everything goes around
Jumanji.
there.
Jumanji. That fits perfectly.
Yeah,
God.
crazy.
So you got to think about the people that have big cats, like in sanctuaries, or
Mhm.
those people that buy them as cubs, and then they can't feed
Yeah.
them. To
Let them go into the wild.
you never know what you're gonna run into.
But an African lion, I mean, you figure they would have called a place that takes care of them, Guess it
Oh,
was easier to
zoo
let it
or
go.
something.
Yeah. Or it could have escaped. I mean, who knows? But
I don't know.
True.
Brian and I, we weren't supposed to put it on social media or anything, which we didn't for a while. And then Brian calls me up one
Yeah,
day, and he's
year.
like, "Yeah." And he calls me up one day, and he's like, "Hey, man, there's been a lion spotted on 35." I was like, we're definitely posting this shit."
Yeah.
man, 'cause
yeah,
I'm sorry.
I would too. I bet it was hard not to originally.
It was. Yeah, it was.
Was it
It
the game
was.
warden asked you not to do it?
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did.
Oh,
I've been
you
like,
noticed
well,
Yeah.
Hey, Brian, what happened with our cameras? Remember? Shortly
Oh, they
after the
erased them.
line? Yeah, we started finding like
Yeah,
nothing
they
on our
started
game
erasing
cams,
our
dude.
SIM card.
really?
Yeah.
Not even like grass blowing. Like we get there to be 0 pictures.
Man, I used to get
It's
pictures
the
of like
weirdest thing.
squirrels sleeping like this on a log, like squirrel. Didn't even have that. We had nothing.
That's
like-
kind of weird.
Yeah, because I pin dropped the camera to the game warden, and I said, "Hey, this is where our camera's at. This is the one that took the photo." And one day we got there. I think Shane, I think you was with me, and it was either you or Dustin or maybe both of you or Tim. And I parked, and we were walking to go check that camera. And remember, we heard a truck door close and a vehicle drive off over in that next property.
Yeah.
And when we got there, we pulled the SIM card and it was 0. And we were like, that dude was just here, and he parked where that line was and come over that fence and checked that camera.
Dude, and those guys knew where every camera was too,
Yeah.
because Shane, I even put one. Okay, so there's a lake out there. I put a camera because we kind of thought something was waiting around and messing with this type of sage that was growing in the water. But the camera was awesome because you can see peninsulas that kind of come out into the water, and if something flies by, you might be able to catch like a candid shot or something.
Mhm.
Even if the wind's blowing. So when I the first time I ever went out there and checked that camera, there was like over 300 and something videos because I was taking videos.
Wow.
And so I dumped those, went through those. It was a lot of wind, a lot of animals, and deer, whatever.
Mhm.
But then this time after all the lion stuff, dude, there was nothing on that camera at all, like 0.
And they knew exactly where they were at to do
I
that.
didn't know
But
where that damn camera was.
do you think they have something to text the electronics, or?
I don't know.
That's
I know
just-
that they have cameras out there.
Certain cameras, if you use night vision, you can walk through the woods, and if a camera triggers, you can see it.
You'll see the light.
If you're wearing like a night vision monocular,
Mhm.
you'll see the IR lights through that.
Okay.
It'll just look like a red laser beam cutting across there. So
Yeah,
that
sense.
was my thought, is maybe they on the other ones they just went through there and they're driving around with night vision looking for poachers or whatever, and something triggers that camera and they're like, oh, there's a camera right there. So
Yeah.
would be my guess. I don't know. Maybe they're just really good at spotting cameras too. I don't know.
Well, they could be. Yeah. Either way. Hear a lot of stories about game cams getting messed with. But,
Yeah.
we had one messed with in Sam Houston, but you can't prove that it was Sasquatch or human. Who knows what did it? Something just took it and picked it up like that and then down, just kind of jiggling it around and then just dropped it. And,
Oh man, we caught something. When we did that peanut butter trap out there in Bison area.
Oh
Brian.
man,
We're like, what the hell?
that about gave me a
Is
heart
the-
attack.
I know the lid was off and then back on a little, kind of cockeyed. But when you look inside, there was a big old, scoop taken out of it, like a
Yeah.
scoop. And I had a camera, just not even, I don't know,
Well,
5 yards.
we got to tell him about the peanut butter jar.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then I started going through the
Super delay.
pictures. Brian's on a delay. Are you on a delay, Brian, or am I on a delay?
I hear you fine, but
Oh, okay. So I'm going through the pictures, and there's this
it
guy.
must be me.
This guy that shows up. He just unscrews the jar.
a guy.
Yeah, and gets a stick and takes a big scoop out with the stick, and then puts the lid back on. I'm like, this mother.
So just to kind of go over what we're talking about though, is I took a big jar of peanut butter, okay, and I took a 1x4 board and I screwed it in with like 4 screws to the bottom. Then about a third of the way up, I ran 4 screws in at an angle, and then about 2/3 of the way, I ran 4 screws at an angle. And so my thought was, if I screwed this to a tree and I put a little bit of peanut butter on the outside, a squatch could come up and maybe spin it and stick his hands in there, and maybe some of the
Oh, yeah.
screws would cut into his fingers or whatever, and we might have blood or hair. So that was my thought. And so we left that peanut butter trap there for, man, I don't know, 2 or 3 months go by. And so finally I'm down in Southeast Oklahoma. I'm like, I'm going to run by and get this thing. And I think it was getting ready for deer season. And I didn't want, deer hunters, because it had a big red cap on it, and it's out there. It's in the middle of nowhere. And yeah. And so I get there and I look up and this lid's just on it, resting on the jar. It's not tight. And I grab the lid and I pull it off, and I see this big, what I thought was like a big finger, like a Sasquatch stuck his finger in there and just scooped. Man, I got so excited. I put the lid on that thing. I called Shane, and I was like, "You're not gonna believe this." I sent him the picture. I was like, "We got it, dude. We got it." Like, so it looks like a big crusty fingernail reached in there, And then we had that little camera hidden in a tree. I get back, I'm going because I'm expecting to see Bigfoot walk up there, turn this thing, and start licking the Butterfinger. And I was like, oh, and when I saw that, I about cried. But
man, to be that on that high, and then to have somebody bring you down like that just sucks.
Hang on, Brian. I found your folder.
Okay.
Oh, dude, this guy! I didn't realize how many pictures we have of this guy. Oh my god, dude! What the hell? Hang on a second. Oh my god.
Yeah, he never saw the camera though, so
I don't get that. Oh my god. Here,
And the chances of that guy just walking by y'all's peanut butter out there in the middle of nowhere.
Oh wait, there's 2 guys.
Yeah, just weird odds, man. Yeah, it might have been.
I'm trying to find the money shot.
I guess he put that stick in that jar. I don't know if he thought it was like some kind of weird trap or something, So he didn't want to stick his fingers in it, so he takes that stick.
The money shot, man.
With it. He's looking at it like, what the hell is this?
Is this it?
Right? There it is.
There he
Dirty
is.
dog.
Even wearing some old school camo, army camo. What the hell?
Oh my god.
He looks like a Macedonian.
Tell me why is he? And wearing some gloves. Is this wintertime or doesn't look like rubber gloves? But...
I know. Here, let's see.
I think it was
this one too.
I think it was right around hunting season. I don't know. I could be wrong. It's been a while.
But see, here's what it looked like before. And look, we got a nice. Now we know why the other guys were out there.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a pretty good area to set this up. You did good on that one, Brian.
That's just really random.
It was a great experiment. Yeah.
Really.
Man, I was so excited.
Not
like,
quite the results.
Hair in this peanut butter. Blood. No. Oh, it was worth a shot. So.
Like, I'm going to eat the peanut butter that the Squatch ate too.
I got one more to show you. This is a different guy though. He saw it. He saw the peanut butter, but he made better choices. But he also
I like a guy who doesn't mess with your stuff.
No,
this your peanut butter.
This guy right here is like, when you see it, he's like, are they watching me? Look at him.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, what the hell? You know what he's thinking is, man, I'd really like to get that peanut butter. I didn't eat this morning. There's got to be a camera around here.
He's like, man. He's looking
like, whatever.
Why are there screws in the side of the car?
I've got some crackers that would go great with that.
I'm gonna go home and tell Uncle Billy, and he'll come and stick a stick in it later.
Yeah. At least that guy's wearing orange,
Yeah.
The other guys were up to no good, stealing peanut butter and stuff.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I guess a lot of people want that. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to be wary of that. I guess when I do it, I'll put a little super glue on the lid or something. I don't know.
Crazy
Of course,
experience.
now if
we try.
somebody I know puts up peanut butter and they got a game cam, I'm probably gonna go take a scoop out of it for the hell of it. 'Cause I want to be that
I
guy.
see you on my game cam. Yeah, it'll be my camera too. I'm just gonna call you.
And I'll have Ritz crackers there too.
You gotta get that close up by the game camera, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta give it a thumbs up too, though.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'll leave a little note next time. Honey peanut butter.
Yeah.
Some of that extra crunchy style.
I got the creamy. I didn't want the creamy on that one. So,
Well,
peanut butter is
liked it.
expensive. I had to get the cheap offer in. You couldn't afford the good stuff.
Yeah. Well, you got the Hunter approved peanut butter, so
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
you got some takers that really wanted it.
Macedonian approved.
Wonder if that guy ate some of that peanut butter.
I wonder if he did. I don't think this guy even opened the jar.
Yeah, that guy didn't look like
That
it.
guy.
Oh yeah, he just walks off. He's like, man, I ain't got time for this shit.
Yeah.
I ain't got time. I got peanut butter at home, man.
Got a PB&J in my bag.
Man, get time for this, man.
Yeah, the strange things that happen out in the woods. I tell you, the strangest thing I ever found.
What's that?
Okay, the sweat bottoms, and they're filled in. I don't know with what, but filled in to look like there's legs in them. They're tied at the bottom on each side of the legs, so whatever they fill it with won't fall out. And then the top is tied, so whatever is filled in won't fall out the top. And it's got these sexy girl panties on it. That's just laying out in the woods, in the middle of nothing. That was the strangest thing I ever found.
Oh, that's pretty weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I even took pictures of it, but I didn't put it on Facebook because I thought, oh,
Oh yeah. The feds would have been on you right away.
Oh man, I would have put.
oh yeah. He's the one we're looking for. That's the peanut butter bandit.
The peanut butter.
We didn't find anything really weird, but we found something creepy one time, and we were in north of Broken Bow in our what we call Bison area, and we saw something, by a tree. We're like, oh, "What is that?" And we walked over to it, and it was a bunch of deflated balloons, and like all these cards wrote like, "Dear Grandpa, we're gonna miss
What?
you.
Was
We
that?
love you." Like, yeah, and we were just kind of like, well, this is kind of sad, like
Yeah.
they released these balloons into the sky, for Grandpa, and here we are finding them in the middle of the forest, and it's kind of weird. We're just kind of looking around like, all right, we're just gonna leave these laying, Let's get out.
Yeah. I don't blame you. I never heard of anybody doing that.
Very odd.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was very strange.
Grandpa was loved.
Not as strange as that damn lion, though.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
That's pretty strange.
Yeah, the lion wins for sure. So
Damn it,
Yeah,
Shane. I try to. So after the 35 lion, and Brian telling me about the lion on 35, they joined this big cat group. It's like black cats and cougars of the South, or some big long title, long. And I get in there and I post this picture, and these people want to argue with me because they're telling me that it's a golden retriever.
What? What?
And I said, what? It's not a golden retriever, and it started getting ugly.
Well, it's got the wrong tail for a golden retriever.
I know. It just didn't make any sense.
Jeez. Well, people like to argue, man. Some people just love it. And they hate being wrong, some people. So.
Well, shit, I was fixing to meet this guy because he just lives right over here in Joshua, which is not too far from me. he's just running his mouth, and I was like, well, let's see what this happens to do in person, you know?
Good times.
Yeah, good times.
Gonna fight over a lion picture. So
A golden retriever.
yeah, I mean golden retriever.
That's
I
an
told you that thing
African
had a
golden
collar on
retriever.
it, so. There you go. South African golden retriever. Rare breed. Rare breed.
South Africa. It's a golden retrieverness.
They're very dangerous.
Oh my God.
Very strange though.
Well, we've been right at about an hour, dude.
Yeah. Flew by. So,
Yeah, it goes by fast, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, is there anything you want to blast out your group or anything, Shane? Like,
yeah, just hit us up on Facebook as well. You may have to actually start typing in Texas Acknowledgement, Awareness, and Preservation of Sasquatch, because sometimes when you do straight taps, it'll show up and not show up. Just depends on how the computer is feeling. Maybe it's just my computer. And or you can search us on YouTube, find us there.
oh yeah,
That's how everything's linked together. So
check out Shane's audio.
yeah, there's some good audio on there.
He does good work.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, sure, man.
Yeah.
We all need to get together soon,
Appreciate
man.
you coming on.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'll get up there to the line, Brian.
Yeah, come check out the lion. Hang out with
Yeah.
us. You know,
Or the
pet the
retriever,
lion.
whatever you want to do.
I'll stop by the zoo and get a male lion and let him loose and really mix it up in Oklahoma.
Heck yeah.
Let him breed,
A male lion and a South African golden retriever. Yeah. It's good time.
All right. It was nice having you on,
Yeah,
Shane.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
It's all right.
Yeah, man.
I
I'll keep in
appreciate it, guys. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
And
All right.
any more evidence I get, I'll be sharing with everybody. So
All right.
everybody will see it.
Look forward to it. Man, I look forward to seeing what comes after the end of this week.
Me too.
I hope you run into it,
Yeah.
man. I hope you run into the best stuff. So
Fingers crossed. Staying
Yeah, buddy.
positive. Good vibes.
all right, man.
All right, guys. Y'all take care.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, you too, buddy.
Oh man.
Cool. I was struggling on audio for some reason. I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think I froze up. It's because I didn't plug in my Ethernet because I'm tired. And yeah, because I'm tired. Just forget. I still need to run it through my wall, man.
I know, dude. I tried the Wi-Fi deal and it's just not the same. And I end up buying me an Ethernet cable and my hookup is in my living room. And so I'm like, man, I don't
Okay.
want to run that because it's annoying. So I just ran it right down my hall. And I hook it in whenever we do the show, and then when I'm done, I unplug it and I roll it all up. I do that every time we do this. So I don't
I
know.
do
Maybe
too,
need
man.
to-
I need to
maybe
run mine through the
run
wall.
cord I need to come through the ceiling and then down. I don't know.
Mine's in my closet in my bedroom. And then
Oh,
I got to
okay.
take it from there out of my bedroom to the living room up the stairs. It's got
Oh,
like
that's a
this
task.
200-foot Ethernet cable. I just need to run it. I just need to find time to run it, man. Just run it through the wall.
Yeah. Time, the one thing we don't have enough of, man. So
No.
yeah, it's been
Well,
an interesting week, man. I went on vacation and we did the conference 2 weeks ago, then took a vacation over the weekend and got me a little sun, got a little burn here on the shoulders, on the foot. That beach sun will get you, man.
Wait till I tell my mom. She's going to get you, man.
She's gonna get me?
Mm-hmm.
What for? Why? What did I do?
Because you can't get sunburned around my mom. You can't.
No, I try not to. She
Well, I'm
brought
telling
well, you go ahead. She'll probably message me and yell at me, but she brought some sunblock and she said she knew I wouldn't, and I was like, yeah, I probably won't, and I didn't. But I put it on, but man, it's I'm white. I'm pasty, and I don't go to the beach very often. So when this comes off, it's white, and
It's it's white, man.
it's white, and
Weren't you in the white sands too? Were you in the white sands?
yeah,
You should have just
it's
went naked and just
Miami
jumped
Beach.
in the sand. You would have blended right in, dude.
There was a nude beach nearby, and I talked about it, and I was like, hey, when in Rome, let's go. And but no, we didn't make it that far north. We stayed right there, I guess the North Beach area, and went down to South Beach, but
Is
yeah,
there like a
it
border
was
or
beautiful.
something
I don't
from
know,
the?
dude. I was just looking at the map, like trying to find like cool
Okay.
places to go to, and I saw this adult beach, and I was like, well, that'd be cool, an adult beach, So I click it. Nah, man, it was an adult beach, right? It was a no clothes allowed adult beach, and
Oh
uh,
man, all the clams were out of their shells, man.
wow. Well, it's after 8. You can say that. So it's after 8.
Dude, it's totally an ocean thing, man.
Yeah, but I don't
Uh,
know. Clothing is an interesting thing there. I guess maybe I'm a little too modest. I'm got the old trunks on. A lot of speedos, there
mm,
in Miami Beach. You know, uh,
uh,
I don't know how I feel about that. So but whatever.
more
You know,
more packages than FedEx going on out there, I guess.
man, I tell you what, dude, speedos and thongs
Oh
galore.
god.
Man.
Mm-mm.
It was a good time
Yeah,
though,
man.
man. It was great
Wow.
to get away. So, and we
Yeah.
got we got to give a shout out to Fish, and and maybe we should do a better job of this about asking people to hit the like button and subscribe. I feel so cheesy
Oh
saying that
yeah.
though.
I know.
Um, but yeah, I mean he's right. We should do that, and we would really appreciate that. So,
We got this. Hey, I can always put
yeah.
it in here.
Um, there you go. Contact us to come on. Yeah, that's pretty
Live.
cool. Live. It's an interesting, like I told you, I did a podcast last night with some guys. I think I'm doing one next week sometime.
Boom.
Um, please like and subscribe. There you go. But the guys I was with last night, they do post production, and the guy asked me, he goes, "Well, what do you guys run, your podcast through?" And I was like, we use StreamYard." He goes, "Well, what do you use for post production?" And I said, "What post production?" He goes he goes, "Well, after you get done doing your deal, like, what do you use?" And then he goes, "What compresses it and all that?" And I was like, "Bro, we run it live, man. Like, there's no post production. If we say the wrong thing, it's on there. Like
Yeah.
there's no editing and taking it back." So I thought it was pretty
Hey, we're
interesting. And
trying to keep it
those
real,
guys,
people.
yeah, I mean, catch us off guard, So, but
Mistakes are
what else is
welcome.
new? Anything good? Yeah,
Not really, man. Just working right now, and not this weekend, but the next weekend is Keith Crabtree's Falk Monster Halloween celebration. No, it's awesome actually.
yeah.
You're
You
headed
still
out there,
planning on
right?
going?
Yeah, I'm going,
I'm
dude.
gonna try to go. Yeah, yeah. I think I'm gonna try to go. I don't see any reason why I
Boom.
shouldn't be able to. So
This is it, folks, right here. It's gonna
yeah,
be good times. You know, family friendly. I think there's going to be a lot of trucks, crafts. It's almost like a mini conference without the
yeah. There's like
speakers.
there's
Uh,
a costume contest. I saw something about Logan was doing some kind of pinata deal, and
Pinata.
uh,
Cody
yeah,
Paul's
yeah.
playing
So
music out there, like live.
there you go.
He's
There you
a
go. So
the kid's good. So
yeah,
something for everybody. Plus, there's alligators out there in the water if you want to go look at alligators.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then you got Keith there. So I mean, who
Yeah, you
wouldn't
got
want to hang out with the Falcon Monster? Yeah.
the Falcon Monster
Why would
himself.
you not want to go? Such a cool dude.
Hey, man, he's just a nice. I know, right? You can just sit down and talk to that guy forever.
I heard that, man. Why
Make
would
sure
you
you stay on
not?
his good side. Stay on his good side.
Yeah. 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 Be yeah. Be yeah, he's
Oh, dude, I forgot I
something.
had this one, Brian. God, I had this one, dude.
Adidas alert.
Oh,
Oh,
forgot
cool.
about that one.
I need sound effects for that. I need sound effects for
Yeah,
that. Let's see.
we're trying something live, people.
What do I have? What do I have? What do I have? Let's see.
I don't know, man.
Well, I thought I had some clapping or something like that. Maybe I don't. So, how about awkward? Because this is very awkward
Brian, you're
right
fired.
now. So, I know, man. I'm doing a horrible job. But yeah,
But
I
what
thought I
about
had
Ted
some.
the Big Red? Ted the Big Red, Adidas alert.
Right behind. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go. There we go. A little applause for you.
Do it again, man, because it was going.
Man, you got them all on there now. Can you hear it?
No, it just sounds funny. It sounds like.
Doesn't- Here. Can you hear this?
Yeah, but it's like it goes up and then it kind of goes down. Just kind of
That's interesting.
like it's
So-
muffled a little bit.
A little
We'll
bit of
work on
muffle
that.
going on, huh?
We'll work on that.
Yeah, we could talk about that later. So
Just remember,
we don't ever
people,
use the mixer board for
that's a pretty good track, man. Yeah, I like it.
a lot of these. Yeah. Well done, Darren.
Well done, Darren. Fish.
All right, man.
All right, man. Ready to get out of this?
We'll wrap her up.
Ready to blow this joint? Yeah, man. So we'll
Yeah,
see
why
you
not?
guys next time then.